Papua, just like that, it's a brand new morning in our Uganda. You know we have abundant sun, and in the distance, the fountains have resumed working. I don't know what happened, but well, I guess they are switched off for saving power and that kind of stuff. And in the distance, the Lake Victoria, our beautiful Lake Victoria, looks so pristine, so nice and so sweet. This is a wonderful sight. You'd wake up in the morning. I'm sitting in the office chair. The grandpa's chairs is over the other side. And an update on the shower games. I call them water games. There was a time, I swear, both sides were just bringing hot water. You flex this side, turn it the other way, the water just keeps coming and it's not the temperature that you like. Some scientists, please save us from this madness, because for goodness sake, what is this? You go to shower to cool down, you're in there playing games, twiddling with knobs and pipes. Anyway, I didn't tell you. The mirrors are actually four in the room. Like, you cannot get enough of seeing yourself. I don't understand. Even a small mirror works for me, but probably the ladies would have another total look and say. Can you imagine when you're taking tea or making tea, you can have the opportunity of even admiring yourself making tea? And without much further ado, welcome to Lake Victoria Serena Hotel. Fantastic place, amazing. There is a lot of stuff right here. You have done the right decision to click on this video. You can't imagine what is coming. But first things first, I've lost count of the fountains I've looked at the entrance, down this side in the gardens, and there's a major one, big one. It gives you like Paris vibes, Paris. I don't know why the French deceived us with that thing of taste and elegance. You think about such things and you're like, a French thing this. But here we are in Uganda, right here next to Lake Victoria. Amazing, very well tended to gardens, the architecture, the rooms. Am I rushing? Let's take it slow. First have a look at around the environment that I'm talking about. Don't blame me when I begin thinking we are the Versailles, the French again. Just leave this French thing, because the next thing I might begin speaking things which are not. And so over the other side, what you're viewing is the golf course. If you have seen the name and there's something like golf course and spa, that is it. Yeah, it may not be the biggest, but it's enough. Like how many kilometers do you want to walk because you're doing some golf thing? And there are waterways, those ponds that when you do a miss and your ball goes sailing into the water. I wonder if they retrieve balls out of these ponds that they like putting as an obstacle course in golf. Last time I was in Aru, I showed you the video of where guys were really enjoying some golf on a Friday morning. Make the money, you can play anytime you want. And if you're wondering why that signpost is there, it is because this other side, you can call them the gated communities within a hotel, whereby you come in as a family, stay like in your own house, everything. And you can even bring in the pets. However, we have to protect the other guests from your pets. They may know you and they play nice with you, then they meet new faces and they are saying, let's try some stranger here, some stranger meet. And talking about families, there is a children play area where your kids can come out and play all games as they watch the water, the water flying away in the air. And then up above, we are in the room. This place has electric cuts whereby you do not have to walk around like an aimless chicken. Headless, aimless, one of those. But you sit, enjoy the ride, go around the place, and now we are into the room. Goodness, there is waking up with the breeze. What better way of showing you the room than beginning from outside? Right on the balcony, overlooking the lake Nile Valley. which some of you call Lake Victoria. Let's get inside here. We have a wide room, one bed, a number of sitting areas. You know the light, they go towards the brownish tint for luxury. We always go to the brownish colors when we want to show opulence and luxury and speaks money. I think it is the golden look, that's why it is called. Okay, that makes sense here. A sitting area, another sitting area, probably called a working chair and desk. We have a flat iron in case you want to iron up your stuff. Then another working desk, safes, and a bed table. Yeah, place where you can put other things that like you went to in bed with. How do I look in this golden color? Do you appreciate this? Do I look like a rich man or some monster who is coming out in a horror? They tell you lighting. Okay. When you learn about lighting, you know why. And here we are into the bathroom, glass partition, and a mirror, and the famous seat of peace where you can have your thoughts nicely done as you do other things. And in the bathrooms is one of the best, I think it might one of the best devised gadgets that have ever been created in the minds of a man. I love this, and whenever I meet them in a place, I'm like, these guys know. Have a look. Not the paper, the metal, the small thin thing that is going up like a snake. That one, good thing. Let's continue. We have soaps. I don't know how many soaps this are. I even don't know what the difference is. There's shaving kit. We have the normal soap for showering. We have the, what is this hair thing I told you? Hair blower for shavers, clearly marked. 110 is also marked very well, and 250 is also marked very well. There are people who do not know the difference, and the only difference you can know is when you plug in and there is smoke. When you see smoke, that is the wrong hole. Back to the bathroom. Lights even below. Dustbins. There's water for brushing teeth, so that you're safe and smiling good smiles at people. What else do you want me to add? The soaps, the creams, even in the shower room, there is much more of that. Everything is, of course, marked Serena. Fix experience, fix luxury, fix enjoyment, so that you shower well while you are just feeling that peace. And towels. If you have an extra body, there's also more towels for the extra bodies that you have. Now, let's get out of here before it gets out of hand. One thing you can never complain about here is light. They have so many lights that even if your eyes, even though you had 16 eyes, I was about to talk about Cyclopus. If you do not know him, don't worry. Just remember my Latin lessons and those Greek, was it Greek? Yeah, those Greek tales. But anyway, let's get back. Chairs, sitting chairs, tables everywhere. Like anytime you want to shift, if you're tired of this chair, you go to the other chair. That's the sort of thing. You have the remote for the TV. For those of you like watching TVs, there is the AC in the corner waiting for you to cool down. You need to unwind and cool down. And this is the right place for you. And also the house net. I told you, if it gives you that impression of a room, I call it a house net. I don't know what you call it, but you regularly call it the mosquito net. And you know how it generally works. You untag, it rolls out, and you're good to go to sleep. There is water for you, there is tea. There is a pako and tea. Serve yourself in case you wake up at night and you want to drink some tea. And then after probably having a nightmare or something, you need to chill down. And if everything fails, there is a telephone line that you can call reception at any time of the hour, at any time of the day, or any time of the night, and there you are. There is the cupboards if you have extra things. Some of you want to pack a whole house when you go out So they also cater for you and provide you the space that you need, far much more than you'll ever need. Well, for me, let me put a disclaimer, because there are people who go out on trips and you see them and you're like, are they moving the house? Are they? And with a safe for you to keep your precious, my precious, my precious. Who remembers Gollum? Yeah, Lord of the Ring fans, where are you? Have you subscribed, by the way? I'm bringing you more content. And what is this? Oh, okay. These are stones. I thought they were fruits like apples. Take a bite, lose a tooth, dentist makes money, and the circle of money keeps going on. Anyway, let's go and do some other things. Samsung TV, an actual Samsung TV. I'm not talking about this one where you go in town and they ask you which TV do you want, and when you say Samsung, the shopping assistant at the back of the room just simply gets the Samsung sticker and puts on the TV, and it's so nice. You could not even notice the difference until you reach at home and Samsung is looking like Samsung or some other. But do you even care? Most of you buy and hear Samsung, you take it home, and after all, the video quality of the TVs in Uganda are so poor that I don't know why you would even bother to buy a 4K. Oh, the YouTube is very good on those TVs. Please go ahead, continue buying some of those Samsung original TVs. Good quality. It's nice, and one concept I've loved here is the master switch. That is just one light to rule all of them. Well, not all of them, but most of them, whereby flip one switch and the lights go out in the room. You've been to rooms where there are so many switches, you flip this, flip that, and you're bothering and wondering, now what do I touch, what do I press? Now with this one, appropriately named switch called the master switch. The moment you do tap, lights go out. However, because they know you cannot totally survive in darkness, the one by the bed, the bedroom light remains on, such that at least you can still survive until you decide it should also go off. Now, that's what they call saving time and potential stumbling in the darkness. Helping people. It is 16 minutes past 1 and I'm here night dancing. Can you imagine? I did not know this is what I stand off during the night. Those are the things you discover when you're night dancing. And I've switched over to the grandpa's chairs, and I'm supposed with the room comes the swimming pool, comes the spa, the sauna, that kind of stuff, and there is also the gym. Sadly, it woke up with some drizzles, and the first thing on my mind was the swimming. Now, sadly, that one has to be postponed. The gym, I walk a lot, so I found that gym, I do not really need to do a lot of gym. Lol. Supposed to put a lol somewhere. And then the sauna. Talking about saunas, I think I told you my problem of hot things. So I'm like, let's cool this one down. And the other thing, with saunas, no cameras allowed, no photography. So even though I went, you wouldn't see anything. So let's wait for the day and see how it goes. I can at least go swimming. And I can tell you my experience. And guess how time flies. It's 10 already. I've just been having breakfast. I told you about food and things like that, but I had this. We are testing things if you hadn't noticed. So I had tamarind juice mixed with peanut juice mixed with mango juice. It looks like this. Don't blame me. And and sometimes tough African coffee. Now, whatever that does to the stomach, it is God who knows. But for goodness sake, what are chickpeas? Chickpeas? In my head, I'm like, this was definitely named by a man. Guy was probably thinking of chicks. I says peas, and the name boom is done. And talking about the food, goodness, you put on a plate, have some amazing time with the food, the culinary, the palate, those words. Anyway, I told you I'm not so good with talking about food, but when you go to a place, eat for a number of days, then you go back to the room to sit on that throne of peace, and you sit there, but the body tells you, I want all this food. I had a friend of mine who told me when he moved from school, he went, I think, to Mombasa. He stayed there for 3 days, and all those days he did not go to the washrooms because everything dropped him. The body said, I want this. So he went and came back without. Anyway, a little information you can add if you want is that the toilets have 2 places where you can pick tissue from. You might be a forward person, you might be a back person, and the doors have these locks where you turn and lock it for your safety. You don't want your partner finding you in a position like that. Well, maybe they get used, but maybe house cleaning passed by and you were so busy at the business and you did not notice when they rang the bell, and now it opens the door, and because of shock. That's why I'm giving you a tip. If you're met in such situations, please don't stand up. You mess things up. Remain seated down, and the person will slowly back off. They will slowly, hopefully. But I know most times is you want the flight mode is activated, but continue sitting down for the peace of. Now, what am I even talking about? There are sections of this place that it gives you like Italian vibes. You look at the architecture. I know the other day I was talking about French, but now you look at and it is like Italian, some sections. We have yet to go down to the marina, so I will show you more of that. Why are you in a hurry to leave? Please continue watching. I have to show you this amazing place. And if it is not overstretching it, you can even as well say the brutalist architecture from the Soviet Union. Okay guys, you'll have to forgive me because this is getting out of hand, but I think I've said enough here. Let's go and do some other stuff. We'll probably go riding. That the problem when I mentioned the word buggy, I want to go buggy jumping. Sadly, he's not here. This is not an extreme sport kind of thing, but it's a very lively thing. This is like one of the many gardens where you can sit down and just chill. I can see children in the playground area. Even in the evening, they are mostly there, but no complaints so far. The breeze, we are next to the lake, and the breeze just keeps giving you that nice sleep breeze that you can relax. This is the birds are also chirping in the air. I think you get the idea. To unwind and to relax and forget their problems in life. If you bring your problems here, believe me, you will pack them by bag in some place, and you can pick them back when you're done with your stay. Yeah, let's go down the marina and I show you that amazing place. There's a section where birds come like in the evening. I've really liked it. And of course, as you head to the marina and the clubhouse, the golf course starts. And with that said, there are more rooms down this other side, and the parking is spread in so many locations. Like you come with your car, park it, and forget about it. You deal with the internals, your experience, your dining, your relaxation, your golf playing, and you pick it up when you're done. These guys who are playing, there's a hole around here, and these people are playing who seem to be coming up here. I hope nobody walks the golf ball in a different direction, and my head is strong enough, but I doubt if it can handle a golf ball. I told you, if you have watched some of my content is when I'm talking about the speedo bikes and how I got this mark straight here in my face. Now you might be seeing it for the first time. You can watch that video. People liked it because I explained how I got this and yeah, delivered in Peter style. And when a Ugandan would meet one of these signs like this, they would say, but why? But why? Thankfully, there is an answer just a little distance away. The marina is being worked on and you can expect it to be pristine and nice looking in the coming months, but right now just boats chilling. You can see water in the distance being pumped out. I think it will be very, 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 very best when this is finished. So like right now it is not worthy, it is not so much of a hyped, but it is really promising for something extremely better and wonderful when it is done. I wonder how people who do weddings by the beachfronts handle their audio. I mean, they may never tell you, but the sound guys should have a very hard time because imagine you making your vows and I shh, you take shh, goodness. Anyway, I'm moving back. Let's go and look for some more interesting things. Can anything get better than this? It's just your budget that determines the experience that you want. And you can believe me, the more you go up, the better the experience is provided for you. And that is the principle of money. So, should be motivation to work harder, hit those goals, remain focused. You'll be surprised by the number of people who take photos from here. Those Snapchat reels, those TikToks. When I reached here, I was wondering to myself, why would they kill the aesthetics of this place with this metal sheet that was placed over the water? Then you realize you have the option of rotating around the fountain before you go where you're supposed to be. This is just simply a shortcut. Doesn't look so good, but well, it is functional. That if they put something made out of stone, it would really be a very nice finishing touch to this whole very magnificent and very scenic place. Come and take the photos, come and take those Instagram reels. How will they know you've made it in life? Don't worry about it is drizzling and I've also been swimming. That explains how my face looks. I'm not into looks. Should have guessed that by now. But I did swim. If there is something they say show not tell, I'm telling you because number one, I'm not ready to show you this body before I've reached a level point where I can show you a 5-pack, a 6-pack, or a 9, depending on how it goes. Right now, I've looked there's nothing like a pack if you're considering things that look like packs. So I took a walk down to the Colosseum side, and the Colosseum, is that Rome? Yeah, the Roman, there is that theme in the building, very photogenic. And above the gardens there is like a balcony where, like, if you have a wedding, I'm suspecting the bride and groom, you would sit up as those who have come to see on you and wish you the best or the worst in your endeavors of a lovely relationship. I hope you're not so naive and young to think that every guest who comes to your wedding wishes you well. If you do, I can give you some newcomer's uniform and you call me back when you realize life is not as easy as you think to be. It is drizzling. That explains this. And I was walking in the rain. It should have been dancing in the rain. That's another thing. It is a very wide place. And believe me, I cannot move everywhere just to show you the lush gardens full of trees, well-kept gardens. I mean, okay. I think I've said enough. Let me enjoy. I'll tell you if there is an update or more of this very nice place. Very nice place. In the TVs, by the way, when you flip through the channel, there's one dedicated to the hotel and shows you the various rooms, the places, location within the TV. Yeah, how many hotel rooms? Well, there are those who get about their image, their brand, and they can showcase. You might be in one room and you see something on the TV, get on the phone to the reception and say, I need an upgrade. Take me to this cool area that I've just seen on your TV. So, those sort of vibes. Before I forget, it is the time to use that hair dryer. Instead of drying bald heads that are wet, you can use it on this. Hi ladies, does this work? We can find out today. Goodness, it is 5 p.m. I've done a lot of more of that stuff. So I was checking about the internet speeds and I did a test tool. I used two tools. One gave me 35 Mbps and the other gave me around 65. I mean, if you've been around Uganda, that is a decent speed. I mean, there are places where you go and you find GPRS, you find the SPA, and you know what it means. For the young ones, don't even mention. And if you're lucky, there are places where you go to and all the bars of the phone are off. And with speeds like that, I think that is very, very fine and it's fiber optic. So I can't complain about the speeds. I mean, there are dark spots. There are places like if you go down in the garden, it's not there, but the rooms are covered. There's also a conference hall for those of you who are into conferences. It is not that I have not spoken so much about it because it doesn't fall in my needs. All I need is a place to sleep, place for dining, fine dining. To gain access to your room, you use the keyless card option, which of course, like in every hotel room, yeah, these people, the way they really work on us language. Like we could have even have called it a card, but they had to add keyless card. And like in a hotel system, you put it into the card holder, then you can have the lights and the power back in the room. One thing you'd love around a place like this is not only the security. Yeah, I saw even the door. They have that peephole, like in the movies that you see who is coming. Anyway, back to the main point. Not only the security, because they do the security sweep as you enter in, and there are guards posted in different places, and because it is a high profile hotel, there are high profile people come in. Yesterday I was riding in the cart, this cart that I've told you of, with a minister, high minister in the government. They had come to enjoy the environment around this and whatever was being offered. What I find unique around places like this is that there's respect, and it is not only from the workers and the staff, the hotel staff, but even the people you interact with, like the people you meet, because you never know whom like you basically talking to or you're meeting. It is in our other places where people will look you, like pass you their eyes through you, like the way you are. But here you cannot be sure of whom you're interacting with, and there's a general politeness, a general respect, there's a general feeling like you do not have to really prove who you are. And it is quite a good environment to be in, actually. Of course, in the room you'll also find a percolator, the sugars, and the other additionals that you can use to make up your tea very nicely. You have water, drinking water in glass bottles. Oh, thank God people are leaving plastics, for goodness sake. Others will yet move, but at least there are symptoms and signs. In the high-end hotels you'll find glass bottles. And I've kept telling you the impact of plastics in the country. It is just terrible. Below the percolator is the fridge, and there are drinks provided in there for you. It is soda, and if you also like some cold water, and a little small detail which is very, very critical and important, there are glasses also, whereby instead of you putting the bottle next to your mouth, you can pour it in a glass and you can take it from your convenient area in the room, grandpa's chair or the office chair, or you can go out in the balcony and sip a little aqua as you Do you also do high fives? Do you do cheers with water? Whatever poison of your choice, you could do the same on the balcony as it overlooks the Lake Victoria. I'm talking about water. Today, after that slight drizzle or rain, I looked down at Lake Victoria and at first I thought it was waves, yet when I looked at it and zoomed in, I realized it was fish that was leaping out of the lake, and apparently those who are near lakes know that the fish play in the rain or after the rain, and they were leaping up with joy and whatever they were thinking of, they were having fun. That is the best image I could get using the gadget that I had. So next time if I'm ever here and I have a better camera, better lens, you'll have something far much better than this, and that is if it rains on that day. I mean, there are no guarantees with this, but you can see what was there. I can imagine the people who are at the lake and they are leaping and they are jumping and they are gallivanting in the water. Have you subscribed? Please consider subscribing for content such as this as I continue to show you around this wonderful area. There are also small, these minute details that we rarely find around. If you've been in Africa, like we don't care, it's always about functionality. But you can see the color theme that is consistent. You can ignore the pizza box that is there. Don't worry, that's not part of the decor or anything like that. But from the curtains right to the bed, to the chairs, to the walls, everything is just a consistent color scheme that is easy to the eyes. I know you've been in rooms whereby colors are clashing, colors are meshing, and the whole experience. You even get annoyed and you wonder why you are annoyed, but it's the environment around you that is just messing you up. This one is consistency from top, even the carpet down at the floor. So you can see the eye and the love to detail that you will find in rooms such as this. And there we are. I'm now right out in the balcony, and in the distance you can see children playing. I can now record them from afar because on my channel I try to get out of people's noses, and I would only include you like majorly if you're part of the story. I don't like filming people's children, their privacy needs and that sort of thing. But I finally got this light working. I had to search for the switch that puts on this light. I told you yesterday about the master switch that puts on the major lights, but other smaller ones you have to go to the different switches. If you're ever this side, I can give you a hint where you can find it. On the right when you enter into the room, at the extreme end, near the table, the working table, there's a small switch right there that will put on this one here. If you want to sit out here on the balcony, there are two chairs and there is a table, and there is also a switch in case you wanted to plug something and work on those emails as you. Yeah, it is a fact of life. Sometimes you want to come out and relax, but those emails keep following you wherever you are. And what better way can you do than work when you have the lake in the far distance with some children noises, and I'm hearing some insects noises. It's time to go and hunt for some supper. Sorry for not showing you food and people eating, but it is about the privacy concerns also, and not wanting to so much intrude into people's lives. Let people enjoy some life, not for the sake of content, all the time, camera here, camera there. You can't enjoy and experience what you should be experiencing because you have something to do with the camera. You're fidgeting. And this is what you get grateful for the Lord for, with a belly so full of fine food and some comfortable bed with nice smelling sheets. I'm leaving here tomorrow in the morning, and what I've not told you about this place, you can come by and visit. I think that's fair. What have I forgotten? You see the water at the fountain is treated, just makes it so wide that you can see the stones, and when they put the lights, nice. No wonder people come by
to take photos, to be around, and to do that fun stuff. If you're in bed like me, I'm probably watching this video. Good night. If you're about doing your other things, see you in the next video.